today. Not like I'm gonna do much today. Probably gonna play for like 2 hours. Get, make some important phone calls tomorrow and possibly go down and make an order somewhere down the street or order it over the phone if possible. But yeah, at least an hour worth of phone calls to do. That's about it. Yeah, but I don't have to leave the house and all this stuff. Yeah, work overtime at work's over. We don't have to do it anymore. It looks like it's pretty much done. So I do have my weekends off again. Thank God. So you guys were able to see me early on Friday. What's up, Rich Cat? How you doing? What's going on? Not much. Just got on doing my dailies. Not much else going on. Same old shit. What's wrong? You have a bad day today or something? That bad? Oh, you look. I thought you were gonna say like something like god awful, like you failed a test or something like that. You're talking about your 50/50 pull on Genshin? I mean, it happens. I mean, my pulls this month were terrible. Like, I had really bad pulls. I was like, oh man, I'm paying for it this time. I lost a lot of gems. I lost like 22,000 gems. Like, this, really bad.
Stabilize. I will have order.
You lost every 50-50? What do you mean every 50-50? I mean, you can only lose the 50-50 once. Because if it's a 5-star, you only can lose the 50-50 once. And then after that, the next one's a guarantee. You can't lose it more than once. That's not possible. It's literally impossible for that to happen. Or do you mean every single banner you pulled on, you've lost the 50-50? I mean, the thing is, you can't. That doesn't even apply either because you cannot. You always are guaranteed a 5-star on your second 5-star pull. You're always guaranteed if it's on the banner because it rolls over to the next banner. So if you pull on, like, say, the banner before, you can well, you won't get it the banner you chose, but the next banner you can get something. Unless it's every banner you're looking for is, you know, you're missing up on those. Then yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, that's bad luck. Yeah, you know, I've never lost my 50-50 on it. Well, no, I've lost my 50-50. I've had to spend doubles, if you're saying that. I mean, I'm guessing you don't have a lot of gems, is that why? You don't have much gems? Is that why? Yeah, but C6, yeah, that's... Wow. I don't know anybody that has a C6 5-star. That's crazy right there. That's very, very abnormal. I like, it's cool you got a fucking stellar 5-star that's fucking 6. C6 is amazing, you know, that's really powerful. But also at the same time, it's like, it's kind of crappy because you haven't got any different characters.
I want to help. Absorption test. Shadows of fate. My apologies. Stay calm. Animal test 6 weight.
What's up, Tsubro Games? How you doing? Been a while. What's up with you? I haven't really been doing much, man. Just playing Genshin. I've been kind of whatever right now. Fighting games are pretty much non-existent to me. I'm just waiting on Melty Blood right now, which is going to be out in about 3 weeks. I haven't been playing fighting games at all. I've pretty much dropped fighting games. You know, a lot of people that used to watch me, they're like, oh, you know, they don't see me play fighting games anymore, and I'm just like, I don't like the fighting games nowadays. I think they're terrible. I think they're boring. I think the accessibility is like killing it for me, man. I can't stand the accessibility now in games. It's like, dude, like I feel like a lot of the charm in fighting games have been lost because of the accessibility. Also, it doesn't feel very accomplished now when you're good at a fighting game. It doesn't feel like you're earning it, you know, like you're getting better at the game. It just feels like, anybody can do it. So it's just like, it doesn't really have a lot of appeal to it, to doing better, in my opinion. So I don't like Strive, because Strive just feels like anybody can do it. So it kind of kills the charm. You know what I mean?
Whirling snow.
I don't know if you agree with that. C5. You have a C5 Chi-Chi? Oh man. I want a Chi-Chi. Can I have Chi-Chi?
My apologies. Yeah.
I know Chi-Chi's like not viewed very highly in this game. A lot of people make fun of her because she's really weak.
Lucky strike. Animal hypostasis anyway? Fate is upon me. Shadows of fate. Stand clear. Yeah.
Yeah, Strive is like ultra levels of lame, man. Like I just can't stand it. Like the game drives me up the creek, man. I'm running up the wall just screaming because how bad it is. Damage is dumb. I hate the combo routes. Like the lack of routes. A lot of mechanics are missing. It's just like fucking hey, dude. It just feels so it feels so plain. It doesn't feel like a real it doesn't feel like it's evolved that much at all. Like it honestly hasn't evolved at all. It de-evolved. Yeah, I mean, I thought Exurd has beautiful visual. It just needed to be. Exurd looks, I think, more anime. Looks a little bit more. And also, I think the visual style choice. I like how exaggerated the more buckles are and shit. I think it looks more crazy. Where Strive looks more simple. It's almost reflective of the personality of the game. Like they know the game is simple. That's why they make the designs look simple. Like everybody in Exurd, I mean in Strive, looks simple. Like they're the most simplest form. If you look at the visual styles, they're like completely different. So they made everything so people can understand it. Like, oh, it looks simple. I understand. Like it just looks, and I think it kind of you could. It just reflective of the game's personality. It's like, oh, I know what they were going for. It's not like, and I'm stupid. I know why they did it. It's to complement the gameplay. Like I said, the whole game was made with intent of making the game more accessible. So they did everything on the ground up to make it more accessible. Their whole game plan was to do that. From visuals to gameplay to everything. The only thing that didn't downgrade was the music. The music is not as good as Zerd in some ways, because I don't like the fact that they only use two vocalists for all the songs. It gets kind of grating, especially with the female lyrics, because it's always the same girl singing. So it comes off kind of cheap. Like you couldn't afford like anybody else to sing. I mean, Daisuke sounds fine. I don't mind Daisuke too much, but even then, it's like he's singing so many songs. It's like you didn't need to make every fucking song a vocal. And I personally think they shouldn't have. Like, it's nice when some songs are vocal, but every single song vocal? I don't know, I just felt like that wasn't necessary. It's not terrible, it's just, I just think it wasn't necessary. Like, I don't like most of the female songs. The only female song I really, really like is Melia. Melia has a really banging thing. But I can't stand Jacko's theme. I think Jacko's theme is whack. I like it. It sounds so. It sounds so not Guilty Gear. Like I really don't like Jacko's theme. I think Jacko's theme is such a like departure from her previous theme. I like Juno. Juno's amazing for her, but it just like that song just ugh. Even Disaster of Passion, which is May's theme, that is her worst theme by far. I think May's theme is the worst in all the iterations she's had. By far the worst song. Like it doesn't even come close to how good her other themes are. Like it's okay for a non-Guilty Gear song. Like I like the fact that as a non-Guilty Gear song, it's fine. But as a Guilty Gear song, it's fucking whack. It sounds so like anime opening, like you're watching a slice of life anime. It just sounds. It doesn't sound right to me. They're like, where's the metal? Like, this isn't metal at all. Where's the rock? It's like, wow, this sounds so foreign. Like, some songs are really bangers. Like, usually, oh man, I could listen to this music all day. And some songs, I'm just like, where were you going with this? Like, some songs, like, Gold Lewis's theme was godly. Like, that song is fucking sick. But then it just feels like a lot of the other songs just feel like, I don't know. Like, it's mainly the girl songs. The girl songs are just super happy-go-lucky, except Melia's. Melia's the only song that's not happy-go-lucky. But May's and June and Jacko's themes are just like, what? It just, I'm sorry, but it doesn't resonate right with me at all. It's unsettling to me. I hear it and I'm just like, oh god, like, stop. Just stop. So, again, Strive is not the Guilty Gear I want. I know a lot of people that don't like it. Thank God I wasn't. I felt at first I thought it was alone. Everybody's like, "No, it's good. You're just bad at it." Or, "Oh, you don't know good taste in games." I'm looking at myself. Am I the only one that feels this way? I felt kind of foreign. Like, really? Am I the only person that thinks Guilty Gear Strive is bad? And then, luckily, they're like one of the people I know. He's like really well known for Guilty Gear. He's like a major streamer back in the day. Even he was like, you could tell in his voice that he was just crushed. He's like, wow, Strive was such a letdown. Like, in so many ways. Such fail, man. It's such a fail game, dude. And I agree with him. I told him, like, yeah, dude, I feel the same way. I feel like the game is just a shell of its former self. It's not even trying, dude. It's literally just simplifying it to its easiest form. Like, if you take out the Roman cancels, like, honestly, I've told people this, take out the Roman cancels, you're playing Street Fighter. You are literally playing Street Fighter 5. It's just Street Fighter 5 with Roman cancels. And Street Fighter 5 has Roman cancels. That's the thing. Street Fighter 5 has Roman cancels. And I'll be honest, I think Street Fighter 5 is a better game. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I think Street Fighter 5 right now is a better game than Strive. And that's coming from me, and I can't stand Street Fighter 5. Like, I don't like Street Fighter at all. And the fact that even I admit that Street Fighter 5 is like, yeah, this game's better. I ain't gonna lie, the gameplay is a little bit more fleshed out than this game. And the damage isn't stupid. The only bad thing about it is the netcode. Unfortunately, that's a lot of games' problem. It's bad netcode. But outside of the netcode, Street Fighter 5 is superior. Unless you want something like super easy mode. Which I don't want. I said, I'm tired of that. I'm just tired of that accessibility shit. Really tired of that accessibility shit. Really getting fed up with that crap. Needs to stop. I'm glad Melty Blood didn't conform to that.
So you need stuff, huh? Here's your drink. Huh.
I think KOF. The one thing I do like about KOF 15, besides the fact that it's got rollback, thank God, the jukebox mode is awesome, and supposedly every single character is coming back. Supposedly, I don't know if that's true or not, but KOF 15 looks like what KOF 14 should have been. I didn't like KOF 14 at all. I thought 14 was like like it was just it was like 98 but not very good. It just felt like a prototype. Like it just didn't I didn't like visually. I thought it was ugly. KOF 14 looked fucking awful.
Punishment. This isn't good. It's over. Yeah. You can't run.
Order cut.
Jasmine. Lights out. You can't run.
Problem is with Samurai Showdown is netcode's fucking god awful. Another example of a game that's that failed. Like, oh, Vikings and Samurai Showdown, cool. No one's gonna play it because it's fucking got terrible netcode. So it's like, good for you. You released DLC for a game that's dead. Good job. You didn't focus on what was actually important. But you got your head up your ass. You know, that's the truth, man. Like, they literally got their head up their ass and think that, like, that's what people wanted. Like, oh, just put a extra guest character and save the game. Nobody plays that game. The game is fucking dead as shit.
Keep moving.
Like, I heard, like, even when Viking came out, it barely generated any players. So it's like, dude, it's over. Like, hang in the towel, man. It's fucking over. Your game's dead. Your game is done, man. That's just the truth, man. You know, it's like you're supporting a dead horse, man. Nobody's gonna play your game. You know, it's cool seeing Viking in Samurai Showdown. Laurel, you know, like the era why she fits. And her gameplay style it's really odd, but it's just one of those things. It's like, dude, why? You know, if you would have said, "Oh, we're putting rollback with biking," then I could see people coming back to the game, but they didn't do that. I was like, you must want your game. You must want your game to fail.
Now I'm really in a pickle. On for feet, nowhere to hide.
No rest for the...
Let's dance. My royalty. With sword from staff.
But yeah, like I said, it's one of those things. The game is just not going to do well, and I'm at that point where it's like, look, guys, like your game is done. It's done, and I don't think SNK is going to invest any money into that game. I really don't. I think they're just going to give up on it and go, oh well, we tried. It's like, you must not really want your game to do well. SNK not exactly doing the greatest. That's just my opinion. But I really believe that SNK needs to do better. Standard should be at least what KOF 15 is offering.
I will have order.
You can't run.
Yep, they do. It's just the truth. If they want to live to see tomorrow, they got to do better than what they're doing. Because they're just gonna disappear. They've already dodged the bullet one time. like I said, dude, just we'll see what happens. I just don't. I'm not holding my breath. Let's just put it that way. I am not holding my breath. So, I mean, I want to see SNK do well, but at the same time, I'm not going to support them if they're not going to try. You know, I would like them to be a fighting game competitor where actually people play their games. I don't want to see SNK disappear. But I'm not going to say in good conscience that I like, oh yeah, you know, SNK, man, this is the best shit ever. You know, like try to upsell that shit. I don't agree with that either. I hate when people do that. Like people will just upsell a game just because, you know, because of fanboyism or because media or because general consensus, you know, it's because major publications support it and or whatever. Again, I'm not going to upsell your game. If your game is shit, I'm going to tell you. Like, I'm sorry, you know, you want to hear the cold truth or do you want me to hear you have you tell you a bunch of lies? Which a lot of companies do. You know, a lot of journalism out there, it's very, very, a lot of bullshit. And just say our game's perfect. Say it's like 8.5 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. Say it's great. Say it's the best game you've ever played. And you know, all those fake reviews, and I look at that shit, that review was bought and paid for. Like, it's such a lie. Like, people just kiss ass to it because it's, you know, famous. Like, get over that shit. It's like when I remember when Zelda Breath of the Wild came out, everybody gave it 10s. I'm looking at it like, what? 10? I was like, ain't no fucking 10. Like, you're smoking crack, dude. Like, when it started off good, I mean, when it started off at like a strong 9. I was like, damn, it's good. And then after playing it all the way through, it started to get worse. And then I noticed the game got a little repetitive. And then after a point, I was like, oh man, this game doesn't feel finished. This game feels like they kind of just, this is good enough. We'll do it. We'll make do in the next game or some shit. And I gave the game like a 7. You know, and you give Zelda a 7, shit, people will burn you at the stake. They will fucking look at you like, how dare you question the great Nintendo? Nintendo's perfect. You know, there's nothing wrong with their games. I go, really? Really? I personally think a lot of Nintendo games are overrated. I don't like the new Pokemon. Smash Brothers, I got sick of it. You know, there hasn't been anything Nintendo's come out with that I've really been that excited for. Like, the only game I'm interested in is Metroid Prime 4, because they got Retro Studios to make the next one, so they did a good job with that series, so I look forward to that one. I didn't really care for Metroid Samus Returns that much. I thought that game was kind of whatever. The game was okay. It's not as good as the fan-made remake, but that's way better. So, yeah, I'm sick of a lot of mainstream companies just getting just getting free buys because they're that company. It's like, oh, it's Nintendo, so it's always good. Perfect. 10 out of 10. Always 10 out of 10. Like, people just kiss ass so hard to that company that they can't do any wrong. Like, I have a couple friends that are like big Nintendo nuts, and they think every Nintendo game is gold, and I'm like, yeah, nah, dude. Sorry. Like, I feel like Nintendo games are just for kids, you know? Like, they were fine when you were a little kid. Like, they're great. Back in the day, they were great. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I played Super Mario. I played the crap out of Super Mario Brothers. You know, Zelda, Metroid, all those games. Super into those games. You know, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, oh yeah, it was the shit. Because it set up a, it was the standard at the time. It led the trend. It revitalized video games in a good way. But then now you look at it now, and I'm just like, man, these games are just what they are. They're kind of like starter games. Like, they're fun for the casual gamer, or for the people just starting off. But if you're somebody that's like a more refined gamer, like a gamer that's been around the bush, you're looking for other shit. You're looking for more. And I'm personally not a big fan of the Nintendo aesthetic. It's too childish for me. And I don't know. It's just not. I mean, even though I kind of play moe games, which are considered childish too, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel very. I don't know. The look just doesn't appeal to me. I guess that's probably the main reason. But I do feel their games are a little too childish. Like Mario's shit is really childish. You know, it's not serious at all. But that's why it's for kids. But you look at a game like Samus, you know, Metroid's a lot more serious. And I like that series a lot more because it does feel more adult. Zelda is kind of like a mix. It's kind of lighthearted, but it's also kind of serious. So I don't mind it. But even then, there's some Zelda games I don't really care for that much because of art style. Like the new one that came out, the remake of, what was that one? The one that was on Game Boy Advance. The one they remade into 3D. I didn't really care for that one. The visual style looked kind of meh. I was like, nah, I'm good with this. I don't like this. But yeah, that's how it feels to me, though. It's just, again, it's just more of the same. So, but yeah, like I said, I don't really, I just don't really care for, I just really don't care for it very much. So, like I said, if it's not those two franchises from Nintendo, I just ignore it. Make it shit. Oh man, I don't fucking hit shit as that. Make it. Yeah, I kind of just, if I see a new Mario Kart or something, I just ignore it. It's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. People overhype that shit way too much. Like, guys, like, I get it. It's like, I got enough Mario Kart games and all that kind of shit till the cows come home. Just sick of seeing it. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Bayonetta 3. I would like to play Bayonetta 3, but the only bad thing, it's on fucking Nintendo Switch. It's like, dude, a game like that needs to be on Xbox or PS5 or PC, not on Nintendo Switch. It's like the worst system to bring it out for, just because of the graphical fidelity and how poor it's going to run. Like, obviously, the console holds the game back. It holds a lot of games back. The system is just not very powerful. But the game, I just think the system is made for young people. Like, if you're a kid or, you know, in your early teens or something, I can see why you play Nintendo games. That's kind of their era of games. But for adults, not really. Unless you're one of those purists. Which a lot of people, there are a lot of purists out there that only play Nintendo games. Like, I won't play it unless Nintendo makes it, because Nintendo's the best. You get those people and just like big old fanboys of Nintendo, and it's just like, oh god, like kind of give it a, you kind of make it give it kind of a stench, you know, where you're just like, yeah, dude, I get it, like I know, it's yay, Nintendo, yeah, I get it. And I don't talk about Nintendo games with most people. I just really don't. I think I'm just above that shit. Like, it's just like, dude, that era of game is done for me. I just don't care. I mean, I'm informed about it. Like, I'll keep an ear on things of what comes out. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to go like play it. Like, I'll check it out if somebody shows it off. Be like, oh, that's cool. And then I'll be like, I don't care. most first-party games I really don't care about. I really don't care about first-party games. They're not interesting to me. A lot of them are just fluff. You know, I want something more. I want something different. Like, again, it was great back in the day, but I think it's just a point where I grew up out of Nintendo. I'm a big boy now. I like big boy games. But yeah. Ultimately, though, yeah, it's just... Most of the games I honestly play nowadays are they're just indie games. That's honestly the truth. I play a lot of indie games. Indie games are just, in my opinion, where the hubbub is about. You want good games? Go play indie games. Yeah, like this, I will say also this TSG. I'll also say this year's been pretty shitty for games. Like, in my opinion, I think this year's been really bad for video games. There's really not that much going on.
Snow that once adorned the
Like,
land of silver.
I only played like 2 games that I was really excited about, and that was it. Everything else is kind of just whatever. All I cared about this year was Resident Evil Village and Guilty Gear Strive, and Strive just let me down. And Village was cool. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, not one of the best Resident Evils, but it was good. But other than that, there's really not much else on the horizon. Like this year's been really, yeah. I agree with that. I think this year and last year were really bad for video games because of the pandemic. It man, but I also think it's not just that. I just feel like creativity has been at an all-time low. We're just not seeing stuff push the envelope. We're not seeing games like just be made to be good games. You know, it's just a lot of safe bets, a lot of remakes. Like, goddamn, like the amount of remakes sometimes gets a little over the top. It's like, Jesus, not every fucking game that comes out has to be a fucking remake. Even though there's some remakes I'm happy they come out to preserve those games. It's nice to preserve good games. But when you rely just strictly on remakes all the time, it just makes the game industry look very, stagnant. Where it's just like, is there anything else you can come up with other than remakes?
So, where shall we go for a walk?
That to me just shows that there's a lack of innovation. There's a lack of passion. It's just the industry has become so corporate. It's all about the money. It's not about making something you love. It's about just strictly about money. So why invest in a new IP when you can just do a remake of something you've made before and made a ton of money? Don't make anything new. Don't do that. Don't try different things. No, let's just cash in on that cash cow. This is a safe bet. Because investors want to see money. They want to see a return on their investment. It makes me not want to play games. It really does. But there are good games out there. There are. It's not like there aren't. You just have to look hard. You do have to do some digging. But you find some gems out there. There are. You just gotta look. It's just there's not as many bangers as there used to be. I remember I used to play mainstream games and there were a lot of good bangers. Now it's just like, nah, I'm good. Kind of just stay away from it. There's just nothing to get excited about. The only mainstream game I'm looking forward to, like next year. I mean, if you consider it mainstream, is the one made by Tango Wire, I think. What was it? Tango? No, I'm sorry, Tango. I forgot the name of the company. Tango Works or whatever I think it was. They're making Tokyo Ghostwire. That shit looks fucking sick. I was like, dude, I want to play that shit. That shit looks hype. That's like one mainstream game where I'm like, okay, if you consider it mainstream, that game looks really, really good. But other than that, that's about it. I'll check out KOA 15. I don't think I'm gonna be super into it, but I want to check out DNF Duel, which is a new fighter. It's co-created by Arc System Works. The visuals are, but the gameplay is made by another company. It's made by the company that owns Dungeon Fighter Online. Looks really good, but at the same time, I'm worried it's just going to be another Street Fighter clone. Which I'm like, yay, it's another Street Fighter clone. Just what I don't want. Because we need more Street Fighter clones, because apparently there aren't enough of them. Gotta make everything like Street Fighter. Or if it's 3D, gotta make it like Mortal Kombat. This is like, man, I'm so sick of that. Making that the default formula for fighting games. Like that's just how it has to be. And it makes me just not want to play fighters, because it's just, you're homogenizing the fighting game industry. You're homogenizing the whole industry. So, I think this is like the dark times of gaming. You just don't see stuff made with love anymore. Or just, made with creativity. It's just a lot of rehash and corporate bullshit. Where's the love, man? Where's the love? Love, man, it's missing. You can see when a game's made with love. It's very obvious. If you know a good game when you see it, you can totally tell when something's made with love. But there's just a lot of games out there you can just tell just not made with any love. Just strictly just get that shit out there, make money. On to the next game. Perfect example of that is EA. Jesus. You want to talk about shameful. EA is like the pinnacle of shameful. Let's just keep making another Madden game and just rehash the previous game. Use the same exact assets and just slightly change the UI and call it a new game. And charge you $60 plus a bunch of DLC plus fucking microtransactions, because fuck you. And people and millions of players keep buying it. Like, you fucking idiots. Like, stop buying this shit. Like, this is the reason why they keep doing it, because you keep fucking buying it. If you stop buying it, they won't make it. They'll give up the license or something. Or make them do better. But no, people keep buying the fucking game and keep supporting it and just keep excusing what they do. It's just sickening. You know, it's not just them, you know, it's fucking Ubisoft, it's fucking, who else is like that? You know, Capcom. Jesus fucking Christ, man. They pull this shit, you let them. Because you're just a blind little fanboy. Can't think for yourself. It's like, you want to play a good game, you know, then go support another company that deserves it. You know, fuck, man. Support a company that actually deserves it. And believe me, don't sit there and tell me, oh, no other company makes game or good games. Like, you're full of shit. You don't play a lot of games then. People that say, oh, I love video games. What do you play? Call of Duty. You play anything else? No. Then you're not a gamer. Just because you play Call of Duty doesn't make you a gamer.
Oh, it's revealed. Unthinkable. Leave my space. Take flight.
Yeah. Yeah, you see that a lot, even with the first-person shooters. That's another genre I'm sick of seeing. God, so many first-person shooters, man. So many of them just copy the Call of Duty formula. Sports again, it's just EA. You had the what is it, the MOBA games that got a little old, and then fucking battle royale games like Jesus Christ. Now they're trying to bring back Left 4 Dead again. I'm like, oh look, it's, you know, what is it, Battle for Blood or something? And I'm just like, oh look, it's Left 4 Dead again. And all they did was change the name and change the characters, and it's just the exact same gameplay. There's nothing different. It looks like fucking Left 4 Dead. It's just a Left 4 Dead with a different name. It's the same people that made Left 4 Dead. And I'm just like, yeah, I can see you guys. Sorry, Back 4 Blood. Black 4 Blood is the name of the game. And it's just like, oh boy, so innovative, guys. Yay. You did this. You made the same exact game we did before. It just looks a little nicer. It's like, it just looks kind of lazy. Like, you didn't try to make anything new. You just literally just copy and pasted the same formula. And it's gonna make millions because it's Left 4 Dead. It's just like, yep, this is... Again, it's just easy cash grab. Gonna sell millions of copies because it's a Left 4 Dead clone. Oh, it's made by the people that made Left 4 Dead, so it must be the best game ever. 10 out of 10. At least like try to put a little spin on it or something. Like mix it up or make it the next level. You know, do everything you wanted to do with Left 4 Dead, but make it better. Then I'm fine with it. If you want to do that, then that's fine. But if you literally just copy and paste and just take the safe bet and don't do anything different, and it's just like that's kind of like when they did what was it? Mighty Number 9 was a perfect example. Lazy. Oh look, it's Mega Man, but it's called Mighty Number 9. It's the same exact game, but not as good. Just overhype. Everybody, oh my god, it's the Mega Man sequel that everybody wants. No, it's not. Fucking lame. It's overhyped crap. But to be fair, I liked Bloodstained. That's a Castlevania Symphony of the Night ripoff. But to be fair, it is made by the guy who made Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the grandfather. So, and he couldn't do it with Konami. He wanted to, but he couldn't because Konami didn't want to do shit. So I can see where he wanted to make the series live on, which is understandable. It could be the same with the Left 4 Dead team. Maybe, I don't know the situation, why the Left 4 Dead team doesn't work for the company anymore. It's a Valve made that game, right? Valve published it. But I don't know why they stopped working for them. Could be a licensing issue. Or maybe they couldn't. They're like, you know, we're never going to make what we want with Valve holding us, so we're just going to go make our own game. That could have been that. It could have been one of those things. If that's the case, then, yeah, I mean, I understand. But if it's just, you just literally, oh, we're just being greedy and we just want to make another clone and just so we can get our money, you know, that's lazy. See, at least Igo, he was like, hey, I want to continue Castlevania, but I can't because Konami won't let me. So he had no choice. He had to leave. He didn't want to stay there because it was killing him. You know, he was just like, oh, this company is just draining my soul. Like, I can't let my creation flourish. I'm glad he let go and he said, hey, I'm going to make my own Castlevania game. And I fully support it. You know, it was a good game. Like, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to the sequel. It got announced that the sequel's in the works. So if they improve it even more and make it even better and just add lots of cool shit. Make it even bigger. I want to see bigger, man. Make it even bigger. Yeah, Ritual of the Night was really good. I played it like 3 times, I believe. It was 3. Yeah, really good game. Yeah, I beat it with Miriam twice, and I beat it with Bloodless. Bloodless mode was pretty fun. I didn't like what's his name? What was his name? The vampire killer dude? Or the Simon Belmont of the game? I forgot his name. I didn't like him. I didn't like his mode at all. I thought his mode was really boring. Zangetsu, thank you. I didn't like Zangetsu's mode. I think his mode out of all the characters was the most boring. It's like he's so OP, and it just made the game feel like a joke. It's like, oh, look how broken he is. It's just like fucking A, dude. And there's nothing to look for. There's no reason to explore the castle. They completely got rid of that. And it really made the castle feel a lot smaller than what it was. At least with Bloodless, you had to earn your abilities and find them. And it actually worked around the castle. So I was like, okay, there's reason to explore. You actually have to play it different. But Zangetsu is just literally just speedrun mode. That's all it is. I'm not a fan of those modes. I mean, it's cool if you like that mode, but I'm not a fan of it. But I know it was kind of like paying an homage to Richter mode in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You should try Bloodless. Bloodless is really fun. Bloodless actually feels like a good mode because you still have to unlock her abilities. You can't just like it's not like you're just godly out of the box. You actually have to get strong with her. She's actually really weak when you first get her, but you know eventually get all the cool abilities and you get stronger. And it's actually pretty fun. Just saying, if you're interested, you know, I'm just telling you from personal experience. I think that mode is actually pretty good. It's not as good as Miriam's mode, but it's still pretty good. Definitely a close second. But yeah, Zangetsu is just big fail sauce. Supposedly, we're supposed to get another mode with what's his name, Gebel. Gebel's supposed to be a playable character. Gebel, or he's supposed to be a playable character. That's what I heard. He's supposed to be the third final playable character. Bloodless was a bonus. She wasn't the third one. She was just a bonus, which was cool. They gave her a bonus. I thought that was really neat. So supposedly it's supposed to get one more character. I just don't know when it's coming out. I don't know what the DLC pipeline is for Bloodstain right now. I haven't touched it in months. I'm guessing everything got put on delay because of the pandemic. At least all the DLC is free, so can't really complain. I still haven't got my physical copy for PC. I don't know when I'm gonna get that. It's like, you guys gonna mail me my copy? Like, shit, I've been like it's been fucking forever. I don't think they've done any update on that shit. They're like, it'll come out when the game is completely finished. They said, then you'll get it. But they said only until then. So until the game is completely done of all DLC and everything, then you'll get it on PC. So, because I paid for that shit, I'm like, dude, I deserve a copy. And granted, I mean, I don't really care too much. You know, I have it on PS4. And I could play it on PS5 if I really want to. But I have it on PC, so I have a digital copy. It's just more of a like, look, I paid for it. Where is it? You guys owe me a copy. But lucky I'm not sweating over it because, you know, I'm patient. But I would like my copy. I have the cool little slipcase on it and everything. Until that happens, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, outside that, dude, like, there hasn't been too much else I've been really playing. Just this. This is all I've been playing is Genshin Impact. Genshin's been my last game for the last year. I literally haven't really been playing much other than Genshin. I've literally played this game for a year straight. No breaks. Basically my Final Fantasy 11 replacement. It's like, I finally quit Final Fantasy 11 cold turkey. I was like, I'm done with this game. I don't want to play it anymore. I'm kind of tired of it. I just don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. I promise. A second.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Yeah, that's really all I've been doing, so I'm already done for the day. I was gonna do some stuff, but I was like, nah, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it right now. Gotta do some chest farming tomorrow, and gotta work on, what, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah. So Thursday I'll work on, probably do, what do you call it, not battle pass, spiral. Yeah, like I said, I really haven't done that much pseudo. I wish I could tell you more than that. It's been kind of boring. I wish there was more going on. You know, I've been working a lot of overtime, been working like crazy. It's finally over. Finally over. I don't have to work overtime anymore for like 2 months. Lately, I've been just working like a dog. My job. And just a lot of work at my job. I mean, I'm getting a lot of money, a lot of overtime, but I'm just tired. It's like all I do is work. It's all I fucking do. Just work, 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 work. Work all the fucking time. All I do. Like my whole life right now is just working. I don't do anything else. And it gets kind of boring after a while because, your life feels like it's just on repeat all the time. Like every day feels the same. Yeah, this comes out today, not tomorrow. But yeah, I just bought a house, so I have to pay back loans. So, and cost of living's going up, materials are going up, food's going up, gas is going up. Like it's not cheap. So I'm trying to recoup money right now from all the money I spent on my house. So it's expensive. Yeah, but yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, I bought it back in June. We moved in the end of June, so we've been fixing it up. It should be completely done by the end of this month. That's the goal. So I want to be done with almost everything by the end of the month. That way, I don't have to worry about anything. Everything's fixed. Looks nice. It's everything's functioning properly. There's no issues. There's just a couple things left I gotta fix, like just minor things here and there. My friend's coming by this weekend to fix them, and then next week I got one of the biggest things I gotta fix. It's gonna cost me a couple grand. I'm gonna get that fixed, and that should be it. I shouldn't really have anything else to do. Everything should be in good working order. There's really nothing left in the house that's broke. Everything's fixed. So it's pretty much, if I sold this house right now, it'd be like ready to move in. Like there's really little to no issues with this house. So it's a nice house though. I like my house. It's nice. It's very roomy, big, 1,440 square feet. It's pretty big. Big den. Master bedroom is huge. I don't have the master though. I'm using a small room, which is fine. For me, it's fine. I don't need a big room. So I'm renting out my master bedroom to my friend. So he's basically helping us recoup our money. And then I got another roommate coming in November. He's gonna we're gonna convert the den into another bedroom. So we're gonna buy a partition and install it. So it'll be about $300 to install. If we get a rolling one, we're gonna get a rolling one, so we can convert it back into a den if we need to. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, dude. Yeah, just not much else. Like I said, I've been living a pretty boring life. But like I said, with my time coming back and all this stuff being finished, I'll have more time for myself because I want to hang out with my friends. I haven't seen them in God knows how many months. Literally, have not hanged out with my friends since March. I think that was the last time I hanged out. Been like 6 months. Just because everybody's busy with overtime, everybody's busy with work, taking care of their families. Don't have time to hang out. I just don't have time. I'm single too. Imagine if I had a kid and I had a family. I wouldn't have time at all. I'd be so stressed out. I wouldn't even have time to stream if I had a family. I'd be too tired. Yeah, that's what happens when you get older, man. Just run out of energy, man. But like I said, once I get my 2 days back off and I get all this stuff fixed, I'll have a lot more free time. So at least I can not have to worry about too much. So get my Fridays and Saturdays back off. I don't have to worry about any major projects, nothing major, just small stuff. Take me like 30 minutes out of my day. I'm like, I'm done. Cool. We can do something else. Because before it was just like I was constantly worrying about gotta fix this, gotta call this person, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta set this appointment up, gotta set this appointment up. It's like, oh my god, just left and right. And on top of that, I gotta run errands. I gotta work. I'm just like, oh god, like I don't know how people do this with a family. It's just nonstop. You don't have any time. So, yeah, that's all I've been really doing, dude. I mean, I wish I could tell you more than that, dude. My life's been pretty boring. So, game-wise, like I said, you can see what I've been playing. Like I said, just Genshin. I played Muse Dash recently. Tormented Souls, good game by the way. If you like horror games. Guilty Gear Strive. I just tried out the character and I quit again. Onirism, Ys 9, Monster of Nox. I need to finish this game. I got Ender Lilies, Resident Evil Village. Haven't played it since May. I haven't finished Remothered. I haven't finished Clay 2. Just like, so many games. Yeah, just lately games have been kind of just boring lately. There just hasn't been. I've played like everything under the sun that I care about. So I have really nothing to get excited about because I've played so much. So it's really hard to find that game that makes me get super excited. Where I'm just like, oh man, I'm so excited. Like, you get like a kid in a candy store. The only game that's going to do that recently is Melty Blood. Melty Blood. What are my thoughts on Tormented Souls? Oh, I love it. I think it's really good. The only problem I have a couple problems with the game. And trust me, it doesn't have it has flaws, but it's really good. It's definitely a horror game that is my style of horror game. You know, it's a good game. It's made with love. I can definitely see these guys. They can tell they studied Resident Evil. They know how a Resident Evil game plays. The only bad thing I don't like about this game, as far as gameplay, I think the puzzles are a little. There are a little. The puzzles are a little bit too obscure at times. Some puzzles in this game, I'm like, oh fuck. There's just like you would just not figure out. They're just way too cryptic, or just it's just not something. It's not presented very well, and they expect you to figure it out. And it's like old school style difficulty, where it's just like, oh god, like why? How the hell would I have figured that out? That shit was kind of grating on me. There's a good amount of puzzles in this game. Is you need to cheat, which I kind of don't like that. You should always make it where the player needs to figure it out, but kind of give him clues, like subtly, on how to do it. Not saying tell me the answer, but you need to present it in a way where it shows the answer, like, cleverly. Not just, oh, here's this really obscure reference, figure it out. And it's like, there's no clues. And you're just kind of running around like an idiot trying to figure it out. That's happened to me a few times in this game. It makes it take longer than what it actually needs to. But they fixed that problem, minus some glitches, minus some. I wish there's no lip syncing, which is really stupid. The characters talk, but they just bob their heads, and it looks like old school horror. But it's like the game looks pretty, but they don't talk. Like you have voice acting, but they don't move their mouths. It looks kind of cheap. Like, can't you animate the mouse moving? Like at least do that, because it looks a little cheap. Other than that, I did notice that the interactable stuff in the background, they do have little like like sparkles now. I think before they didn't have that, but I noticed that, so I'm glad they fixed that. But other than that, I mean, the combat's a little janky. It's got that old Resident Evil 1 combat jank. I wish it was more like Resident Evil 4 combat. I like that combat better. Where it's more, you control it. I wish it went into like a first person mode and let you control. But also that would affect the game because there's fixed camera angles. So I can see why it has the automated targeting system. Because it wouldn't work very well if you could just aim and just look around corners. It would take away from the scare factor. Because a lot of blind spots in these type of games. Because the camera always follows the same direction wherever you go in an area. It's always at that angle. Yeah, and it's like Resident Evil Code Veronica camera. Basically the best way to describe it. But yeah, this is a good game. I will say this is probably one of my favorite games this year, by far. In some ways, I like it more than Resident Evil Village. Village was a good game. I mean, it was a well-made game. But I will say, in some ways, I like this game better. But yeah, that's about it, though. The games, yeah, that's really all I played, dude. I haven't really played much else. I'm being honest. You've looked at my history of games. I don't have much history this year. Like my activity this year has been pretty mellow. Yeah, like that's it. Hasn't really been much. I don't play. I don't have a. I have a PS5. I don't use it. It just sits there. The only reason I played PS5 was for the Guilty Gear beta, Resident Evil beta demo, Ease 9. That's it. That's all I've touched my PS5 for. I haven't touched it for any other reason. It just sits here. Like, my PS5 just literally just sits here. I don't use it. Like, a lot of times I want to just sell it. You know, if somebody gave me $1,000 right now, I'd probably sell it and just get it later. But I also see about the shit that's happening with the shortage. It's going to be till 2023 now. They said you might not be able to get a PS5 until then. I'm like, oh, God. And I heard the new PS5s aren't as good. Like, they get hotter. They cheapened on the cooling. So I'm like, maybe I should keep mine. So I have the good one. Because the first gen are a lot better. So it's one of those things of, I'll probably just keep it. Just because I don't want to go hunting for it if I want to actually get one, and then I'm like, fuck, and then I'm not going to be able to get one. And then I'm going to be like, shit. Now I'm going to be like, well, shit, there's a game I want to play, and now I can't play it. You know, I don't think that'll happen. But, you know, it's one of those things, do I want to take that chance? It's like my video card, you know, I sold my GTX 1080 Ti. I got like $600 for it. And I actually got a hold of a 3060 Ti. I actually got one from Newegg, from the Newegg Shuffle. I was so shocked I won. They actually picked me. And I was like, holy shit, I'm actually going to get a 3060 Ti. I thought I wouldn't see the day. So I used that money to pay for that card. So it basically didn't... It was like $30 premium, which is well worth it for the upgrade. Now I don't have to worry about a new video card for a while. Yeah, my computer is like stellar right now. I don't need to upgrade it for at least 2, 3, 4 years probably. Probably 3 years. I'd say 3 years. And then until I need to upgrade again. But I really don't need to. It's running good. I have no problems with it. It runs really good. I haven't had any issues with it. Just got to clean it. Keep it, keep maintenance on it. I got everything I want. I got a nice monitor set up. I got a sound system. I said I got a PS5. My gaming rig is, I have the goods. I don't need anything. I'm never going to buy an Xbox. I'm never going to buy a Switch. If I want to play Switch, I'll play it on my computer. Because I get the Switch emulator, because that shit plays everything right now. Well, pretty close to everything. Yeah, I love the Switch emulator. Like, hey, you want to play Switch games? Yeah, play it on your computer. Runs better. Looks better. They still got bugs and kinks to work out of it. Not every game works, but it's getting better and better with each update. I say within a year, this emulator is going to be fucking amazing. But it's getting close there. It's already playing most games pretty goddamn smooth. I'm just trying to play this one game, but it never starts up because it doesn't render. There's a rendering issue with it. But maybe they'll fix it eventually. No, still doesn't work. Oh well. I was testing it right now because they update it every week. So, but yeah, that's how I'm going to play Metroid. I'm not going to play it on Switch. I'm going to play it on PC. Somebody will work on the emulation for it. It's going to run perfect on Switch. And like, oh cool, I can play it on the emulator. Hey, it runs beautifully. I don't need to play it on Switch now. It'll look better and run better. Because like I said, it's so easy to emulate the Switch because spec-wise it's pretty weak. But yeah, not much else to talk about, man. I'm just waiting on the next Melty Blood character. Whenever that's going to be shown tomorrow, I think. Trying to look for it right now. I don't think it's going to be shown till tomorrow. It's Wednesday. I think that's when they're going to show it. I'm looking at it. Last time they showed it at showed it. Show the new character last 6 days ago, yeah. So they're gonna show it today sometime. Probably in the afternoon. See the next character. Ah, nice. You modded your system. That's cool. I don't have, it's funny. I don't have any of the old systems anymore. I sold all my PS3s. PS3, PS2, Xbox 360, all that shit. I got rid of all of it. For one, I don't have the room. And two, I'm just not into collecting like that anymore. I mean, I collect figures still. Even then, I kind of slow down on that too. Game collecting, there's just too much games. It was cool. Like, if I had like a huge house, I had the room and I had the money, like disposable income, yeah, I would collect games. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I sit on all the games I have now. Like, I literally have like a shelf just of PS4 games. I haven't opened like 80% of them. I just have them just to have them. A lot of times, they're just games I own on PC, so I just hold on to them to see if they become valuable. And it has for a couple games I've owned. I've had some games that go up to $200 in value, and I'm like, I just sell them. Because I'm never going to open it. I'm never going to play it. It's like, I have it on PC. What the hell do I care if I have it on PS4? Just here, sell it. It's extra money. I could use that money to buy newer games I want to play. Kind of like to fund my habit. Yeah, I just don't buy games like I used to. And there's really not that much new to get excited about. It's not like I don't get all jump for joy for new games as much. Most games that come out, they're kind of just sleepers. Now, once in a while, I'll get pretty pumped. I'll get excited for a new game. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to import it. Oh man, I'm going to buy this day one collector's edition. I will get excited. But there's a lot of games that's just, no, I don't care. I really don't care. Care less if it comes out. It's like, oh, this game came out, whatever. I just don't care. Yeah, there's just not a... There's just not a lot of stuff coming out that I'm really excited about. Yeah, there's really nothing. There's really nothing. Like, I'm looking through my different websites. There's really nothing coming out. There's nothing, dude. So, whatever. Yeah, I wish I could tell you more than that, though, dude, but that's just the reality of it. It is what it is. Yeah, just gonna keep playing, just keep doing my dailies like I'm doing until the weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna finish Tormented Souls on Friday, and then I need to finish Ys 9. I finish Tormented Souls. I'll probably jump back to Ys 9 after that. Play Genshin for my dailies, and then Saturday, probably more Ys 9. And then I still need to finish Ender Lilies. I want to go back and finish, what do you call it? Control. I've been meaning to finish that game. I want to beat that game. That game's really good. I never got around to finishing it. I like this game a lot. I just never finished it. Still need to beat Crosscode a second time for the DLC. Like, I have stuff to play. I think it's more just because I want new experiences. That's why. And so I'm trying to find new games to play just to get those new experiences. So the problem is a lot of these games I've played already. So there's no reason for me to play them because I beat them already. I'm playing them again. But yeah, that's about it though. So I think that'll be my plan for the next few weeks. To just beat both Tormented Souls and Ease 9. I want to get those done before I play Melty Blood. Because Melty Blood is in 3 weeks. 3 weeks left for that game, guys. It's coming so fast. And at that point, I'll be like, alright, guys, I'm going to lock myself. Oh, really? Your video card took a shit? Good luck getting one, man. You know what you ought to do? Like, the best deal, I would say try the Newegg Shuffle. I know there's a shuffle starting pretty soon. It starts in 8 o'clock in the morning. I would suggest putting your name in the hat for this one. This is actually the card I won, the same one. And I got it for this price. So this is probably your best value card for the money. It's strong, it does the job. It's, I know it's $500, but in this economy, that's actually a good price. I snagged it. I was like, fuck it. I have no choice. It's either that or it's going to get more expensive and I'm never going to get one. Because the shortage, they say, is probably going to be around till like 2023. So you're going to have to wait at least a year or longer before you can get yourself a video card at normal price. So it's pretty bad. Do that or get a used one, man. That's your choice. That's your choice, man. I don't know what card I could recommend. I think they said like the best value card right now is a GTX 1060. That's like the cheapest card you can get right now. Even then, it's still expensive. Yeah, I remember when these cards were like $80. Like $80 used. I would say, oh, it's a good deal now. Shit, you're lucky you get one for $200. If that. Yeah, see, it's just for the 3 gig too. It's $240 for a 3 gig. And even I would be like, get at least the 6 gig. I know 6 gigs back then were like $120. Super cheap. This was like 2 years ago. Like before the pandemic hit. Now it's just like, fucking hell, dude. It's so fucking expensive. These are some old cards. And they're not even that good. Like, they do the job. But it's just like, fuck, man. It's a shame. There's really no good value card anymore. RX 580s used to be like the value card. Under $100, you get like a stellar video card. Now they're the same way. They're like $300. That's for a 4 gig model. I used to buy these for as low as like $75. Back in the day, I would buy like 2 of them. Get them super cheap because there were just so many on the market. Now they're just hard to come by, and people are desperate for cards. So 8 gig models like $400. It's like fucking hell, man. This thing is old. It's like 2016, I think. Yeah, look at that, $400. Like a shitty model. For 30, 420. It's like, holy fuck. So expensive for an old ass card. Like your best recent bet was the RX 6600 XT. I know those were going for about 380 when they first came out. You actually had a chance to get one. It was actually doable, but now not anymore. Now it's like good luck trying to find one. It's $600 minimum. That was considered like the best value new at the time, which was like a month ago. I could have gotten at least two of them. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you're in an area where video cards are so valuable. So yeah, you have a high end gaming card, like you got like an RTX 2080 Ti or a 3070 or even a 1080 Ti. You're sitting on money. You're sitting on a ton of money. People will kill for that shit because they know it's hard to get. It's just sad, we're in that state where everybody's just kind of like desperate for that stuff. Same thing with consoles. PS5s are just flying out the door, and people can't get one because scalpers, like all these listings are from scalpers. These are people that buy all the whole stock and then they turn around and sell them. It's not like these are like oh, these are legit sellers. No, these are just people that just scalp cards because they know they can. So they go somewhere. Oh, I know a guy that can buy cards from me. I buy 10 of them, and then turn around and sell them for double the money. And people buy them. Problem is, people buy them. So they're at their mercy. So if you stop buying from them, the prices will drop because there'll be such a large influx of cards. They don't want to sit on it if they're not selling. So it's people's fault for giving into it. Scalping won't exist if you stop giving them money. I didn't buy any of my stuff scalped. My PS5s were just being patient. My video card was me waiting for months to get a video card, and I finally got one. I'd like to get another one. I'd actually like to get a 3070, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. I'd like to get one at $500, but good luck with that shit. I'll never get one for that. It's gonna be next to impossible. If I happen to go to a Best Buy and I happen to run into one and I get one for $500, sure, I would gladly take one, and I could sell my 3060 Ti for probably like $700-800 and pay off my 3070, and I wouldn't have to upgrade for fucking probably 5 years. So just one of those things. It's just like, yeah. I think Best Buy is supposed to do a drop today too for video cards at like 10 o'clock. I'm not. I don't even care anymore. I've got my video card. It's one of those things. If I happen to see one, I'll grab one. In case a friend wants it, maybe I could sell it to them for a discount. I'm like, hey, I'll give it to you for cheap. I'll give it to you what I paid for it to help you out, help a friend out. Yeah. Yeah, it's just really nothing though. Yeah, that's the best deal right now. It's the value card. Cheapest they sell for is $3.99. If you can get one for $3.99, you got an amazing deal. That's only for the Founders Edition from Best Buy. It's the only one that goes for that price. You can get one for $3.99. I would highly recommend it because that would be your go-to card for a while. It's like the best. It's the best value card for the money. It's almost on par with the 3070. It's like 7% slower. So pretty damn strong card. I would like the 3070 just to have a little bit more future proof. But only if I can get a Founders Edition. I'm not going to bother with the overpriced $800 models. Those are dumb. If I snag one for 500, sure. If I don't, then no sweat. I'll just keep what I have. Yeah, this is the best value you can get. That's non Founders Edition. That's like the cheapest I've seen it. They also make one from Eagle. I think Gigabyte makes one that's like $450. If you can find that one. But I haven't seen those. They make a 3070 that's also $500, same as the Founders Edition, but that's also Best Buy on that. So it's like you're kind of forced to using Best Buy or Newegg. That's your go-to. But yeah, good luck if you try to get one, man. I'm just saying, I would try to get the 3060 Ti though. I think the 3060 Ti is worth the premium compared to the 3060. The 3060, like those on like normal price are like 350, 380. Not worth it. I'd rather pay the extra premium for a 3060 Ti. It's way stronger. It's a considerable jump. The only good thing about the 3060, it has 12 gigs of RAM. That's the only good thing about it. Other than that, the 3060 Ti is way better. .3060 Ti's performance, I think it's like equivalent to like a 2060 Super, or maybe slightly above that, if that. So not a great value. Not much of an improvement. But if it's all you can get, it's all you can get. I mean, it's just unfortunate. So, but anywho's Pseudo Sobre, good to Tudo Sobre, good to see you, man. So, like I said, I'm just gonna be playing Genshin for the rest of the week until the weekend, and play Tormented Souls if you want to come check it out, and check out Eve 9 if you want to. It's up to you. That's all I'm gonna do, and then just waiting for Melty Blood on the 30th. I might take some days off for that. Because, yeah, it comes out, I think it comes out Wednesday. So I might take Thursday off. And I'll have Friday and Saturday off. The only problem is I gotta do a garage sale on Saturday, and it's gonna suck. I'm gonna be tired. I help my mom with the garage sale, so I'm gonna be really fucking tired. I gotta get up at 6 in the morning to go help her. Now I'll probably be there probably till like 2 in the afternoon. But yeah, I might take off Thursday. I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't know. I could just say, I could just... I have paid time off, so I'll think about it. But I think it comes out the 29th at like midnight. Or, like, I know it comes out the day before. So I think it comes out at midnight that night, so I would definitely like to play it that night. And play it all night Thursday, and then kind of like just enjoy it. That way I have Thursday off, and then I can play it all day Friday, and then I help my mom Saturday, and then play it all night Saturday after I take my nap. So we'll see. I'll think about taking the 30th off. I put in a request, say, hey, can I have a day off? And I'm like, oh, go ahead. Let's get that extra 8 hours time, whatever. We'll see. I don't know. So, anywho, Suda, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go get something to drink and knock out right now. I gotta get up at 12, and I gotta make some important phone calls. So, it was good talking to you. Good to see you. I'll be back on tomorrow at 2 o'clock, like usual. I'll probably be on till like 5. So all I'm gonna do is just 2 to 5 until the weekend, and I'd probably play from like 7 to 4. So, yeah, good seeing you, man. You take care. You have a good night as well. So I'll see you guys later. So I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be back on after work tomorrow. So you guys have a good one. Talk to you later. Good night.